dynamic name range. Okay, now what is dynamic name range? Okay, so it is nothing but it is these are range, like the cell ranges in Excel which change as the data in the range changes, and so does the dashboard or charts or the reports, which are prepared from them or associated with them, right? That is why it is called dynamic, because it changed, and we can name the range from the name box. Okay, I'll show you where do we see the name box. So the name as dynamic name range to make a table as dynamic name range. Select the data and insert a table and then name the table. Okay, so this is how we can do it. I'll show you practically. Let's first see the rules for creating a dynamic name range. Okay, so the rules for creating a dynamic name range is you need to keep in mind certain things while defining the names. Okay, follow the rules below from Microsoft which are predetermined. So these are kind of some generic rules which we have for any naming convention. Okay, so the first is that the first letter of the name should begin with a letter or underscore or backslash. Okay, for this backslash is valid, but in some other places backslash they don't take into account. So try to keep it two letter as much as possible, or underscore if needed for special cases. You cannot give any space in between two words. So when you name something, you can't have a space if the name has two words. For example, student report, right? You can't have student space report as the name. You need to put underscore to demarcate two words. Okay, you cannot give cell references as your name. For example, A50, B10, because these are already names of the cells, right? So basically, when we say a named range, it is nothing but the name we give to a collection of cells. Okay, now if there is already a name which exists for a cell, you can't give the same name again. So a cell name cannot be given again. The letter like capital C and small c, capital R and small r cannot be used because Excel uses them as selection shortcuts. Okay, like Control C. Okay, define name is not case sensitive. Months and months, so the capital months and the small months are both the same. Okay, let's see how do we work with it. Okay. So let me create a list first. Okay. Um, Okay, so we have 5 days, right, in a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as weekdays, and then we have Saturday, Sunday as weekends. So let me just keep weekdays for now. Okay, so what I can do is I can name this range. Okay, there are multiple ways of doing this. Either you select this, you go here, and you name it as days or weekdays. Okay, so now what happens is, for example, you are in any sheet. Okay, doesn't matter which sheet you are. Okay, so if you go here, this place, right, this is the name box, and you click on weekdays, you will be pointed to the place where weekdays are kept. Okay, so this is how we name a cell. Okay, or a range of cells. Okay, you can name a single cell also. Another way of doing this is, so for example, if I have my months, okay, Jan, Feb, okay, so I have my months. Okay, now if I want to do this, if I want to name this, so what do? I click on data. Sorry, I click on formulas and I click on define name, right? So let's define name. Let me first select it. Okay, the name can be months. Now, okay, sorry. Hold on. So let me just select months from here. Okay. Okay, right now I can't do anything. Let me just delete this. Okay, weekdays is still there because that is what we named just some time back. This is a name manager by where we can see many names. Okay, or the names which we have given to our range cell ranges. Okay, so I clicked on new. So from there also I can navigate and create a new name range. Okay, so let me just give this name as months. Okay, now there is something called a scope. So when you give your scope to the as a workbook, right, wherever you are in your workbook, like whichever sheet you are in, you will be able to see uh, the range. Okay, the named range here. If, for example, weekdays, for weekdays the scope is workbook, so you were in data validation and still we could see weekdays there. But let's do this. For this one, let's keep the scope as sheet 1, the same sheet. Okay, and then let's click OK, close. Now if I go here, I can see months, right, and this points here. Now if I go here, I can only see weekdays. Why? Because for months we had given the scope as the sheet 1. We had given scope as sheet 1. Hence, when we went to data validation, we couldn't see. Okay, so now, so see, okay, hold on. Okay, so this is how you name your cell range, and this is the name manager by which you can manage them. You can edit them, you can delete them. Okay, only thing is the scope is something which is not editable. Other than that, other things like name or the range, all this you can edit, right? And you can create a new and you can delete as well, and you can filter based on the scope of the worksheet, right, or the workbook. Okay, so you have many filters by which, if you have many named ranges, then you can do this. Okay, so let's close this. Okay, next what we learn